international theory suggests that this is a direct result of extraterrestrials tampering with our DNA. So we're half human and half extraterrestrial. We're hybrids.
Beachside town got me feeling stranded. Old friends gone, they don't understand it. Bomber jacket on with the NASA patch. Always felt like I was from a different planet. I come in peace, there's no need to panic. A person seen with my team and my senior magic. Latest fashion, you can see it's magic. I'ma show you what you can't imagine. Yeah, billionaire boys club teacher with the spaceman. Got the mad tracks, Looney Tunes, Space Jams. Rhyme structure, feng shui with the cake.
What's going on, fellas? Madden Doctor back again. PA comeback scheme here. This scheme is deadly. It's going to be a lot of different coverages. Right here, I'm going to show it to you against cover 2. Just 2 easy adjustments here, fellas. You're going to drag square. Here's the adjustments right here on the screen. Pause it if you need to, but it's pretty simple. Drag square, move them to the right, and that's it. That's the only adjustment, fellas. Leave the play action on. And just watch the magic unfold. Triangle is a great route because it gets over top of the linebackers and underneath the safeties. You can also streak circle. I find if you streak circle, it's a little bit better against cover 2 because it takes the attention of the safety deep right. Against cover 3, however, you'll see here in a little bit, you do want to leave circle on the comeback route. But drag square, motion him in, streak circle, and look for triangle over the top. He's going to get underneath the safeties and over top the linebackers. And I showed here against cover 2 with a deep blue in the middle of the field as well. And he gets underneath the middle linebackers deep blue as well. So you can take square on the little drag route if you're feeling pressure. But wait a couple seconds. Wait for triangle to get open over the top. And just lead pass down and to the right. But the fun doesn't stop with the cover 2 beater, fellas. This beats cover 3, cover 4, and man defense. Like I mentioned before, against cover 3, leave the circle route on the little comeback, especially if he's in a cloud flat. I'll show you here in a second. The cornerback, just wait for the corner to pay attention to square on the drag route. He'll come down. You'll see him make his move down, and that's when you can hit circle on the comeback route. Just lead it, pass it a little bit left and down. And then against cover 3, triangle also gets open. Just wait an extra second and hit him when he starts going horizontal. Next up, we have the flanker dig play, fellas. And honest to God, I think this is the best route combination that I have found in Madden 18 to date. This is the flanker dig. There's the adjustments, fellas. You do have to smart route triangle and smart route square because you'll see the triangle route gets bumped every once in a while. So make sure you smart route square and triangle. You can do that by hitting the R1 button, put them on a smart route. But sometimes that corner will bump triangle and then it gets in the way of triangle or square route. You saw it right there briefly. If they weren't both on smart route, he kind of throws square or triangle into the other receiver and it throws off the timing completely. But here's the adjustments on the screen for you broken down. Like I said, smart route square, smart route triangle, streak X, and then you're going to do the same motion you were doing on the PA comebacks play. So it keeps it uniform. Motion square inside. Your first read's always going to be R1, especially if you have a receiving running back. Don't miss him on the little out route. Don't miss your check down. Take R1 every single time if you got it. Your next read is going to be X up the middle. He'll gash a lot of zones, especially cover 2. Just watch out for the user in the middle of the field. Watch out for the bait. Double tap it if you need to. If R1 and X are covered, fellas, your next read is going to be square, and you can hit them right in the middle of the field, or you can wait an extra second. This turns into a one-play money play. Or if you don't have a lot of time, if you're feeling pressure, you can always take him right in the middle of the field. You'll be able to tell if he's open as soon as he makes his cut. As if that wasn't enough ammo already, fellas, but if R1, X, and square are all covered, check this out. Circle comes in on a perfectly timed in route to bust the zone. So check R1, check X, check square. If they're all covered, give it an extra second and hit circle on the zone buster. And to top it all off, fellas, triangle is on an out route, and we know how deadly the out route is this year. So if everything else is covered, if all else fails, check triangle on the out route. And this scheme doesn't end there, fellas. Check this out. The next play in the scheme is the PA read. And the first thing I do with this play, fellas, is actually a trick play in honor of the 2018 Super Bowl champions and that amazing trick play that we saw on Sunday, fellas. I figured it's time for me to make a trick play. And this is basically just a screen pass that you can set up manually, and it really confuses your opponent. And it's great to gash somebody for some big yards, catch them off guard. Especially when you mix it in with the other plays out of this formation, fellas, it turns into a great scheme. Let me get the adjustments up here on the screen and show you how to break it down. First thing you want to do, fellas, is put square on a streak and motion him to the right. This keeps it in line with the entire scheme. It's the same exact motion as the other two plays. Next adjustment is putting this triangle route on a flat route with the L2 button. Third and final adjustment, fellas, is just dragging the X route. You're going to carry out the play action, fellas, and hit R1 on the catch and run. Your other hot routes just turn into perfect lead blockers here, fellas, and just check out how this unfolds. No, it's not going to work perfect every single time, but it does give you a chance to either have a one-on-one and get just one broken tackle for big gains, or just to take 10 to 15 easy yards. And then don't forget, you also have the circle route on a nice post route. Moving right along with the same play, the PA read, I got another great play here for you. First adjustment is just to streak square and motion him to the right. Next adjustment is just to block X. I like this play a lot, fellas, because you leave the play action on. You mix it in with the run plays out of this scheme, and there's just so many options here. If he comes down into a cloud flat, you're going to have circle wide open over the middle. Just lead pass a little bit down and left. Triangle is going to beat a lot of people on that drag, and it's such a unique drag route with the triangle route that if he's in a zone, as I show here, you can actually playmaker the triangle route as well, and he gets butt naked. And we'll go ahead and show it here one more time for good measure. It's the PA read. You streak square, you motion him in, you carry out the play action, check R1, check triangle on the drag, check circle. Circle will beat a lot of zones and man defense. If neither of the above are open, go ahead and playmaker triangle with the right stick, flick it up, and he will bust the zone. A couple more ways you can run it here, fellas, is to slant triangle instead of leaving him on his route, and then leave X on his check and release instead of blocking him. That turns into a little high-low read on the right side of the screen. You can also put triangle on an in route and smart route him. Yet another look to keep your opponent guessing. Continue to mix it up, fellas. Here I just put square on that in route and smart route him and streak triangle instead. Make sure to double tap it if you have a linebacker in the middle of the field or a user lurking. Two more quick schemes here, fellas. Two quick setups, and then we'll wrap it up with the run plays out of this formation. Here I'm just streaking triangle, dragging square, and streaking X. This is great because it's either an out of position cornerback on the drag route or a linebacker trying to cover this drag route. So he's really going to get some separation. And the last setup I have for you here on the PA read play is still motion square and drag them, streak triangle, and then put X on a curl route. Check out this separation. There's just absolutely no zone in the game that's going to be able to cover all three of these routes, fellas. You got square coming over on the drag route, you got R1 over to the left, you got X on the curl to keep the zones down, and you got circle on a money post route. Make your progressions. If you don't make a wrong read, if you don't make a mistake, this play with this setup is almost impossible to stop. And then the last thing I'm going to do here is just show you my three favorite runs out of this formation. So do the same motion to keep it uniform. Bring the square receiver inside, and you can either run the inside zone, the halfback base, or the halfback draw, fellas. They're all nice runs to keep your opponent honest. And then guess what? Guess what audible you can have out of this double formation? The corner strike. Who doesn't like a nice corner strike audible? Thanks for watching, fellas. Drop me a subscribe.